Hey guys, what is going on? It is Lupus here, and I'm going to be doing some things to help you improve your playing in League of Legends. There's a little bit of lag at the start, don't worry about that, that'll fade soon, and there might be one more spike. But the first thing you want to do, and this is probably important, is get a guide for your character, especially if you're new. This is really important. Look up a guide on the internet. Mobifier is a good source for the guides, and you want to pull up a guide. Xerath is very simple. I just use Freak's guide. Riot Games Freak is the guy who does the champion spotlights, which you probably know if you're watching this video, and he's got a pretty good guide. It goes Doran's Ring, Sorcerer's Boots, Rabadon Deathcap, Reality's Crystal Scepter, Will of the Ancients, Morel's Evil Tomb, and then if they are stacking magic defense, then you get magic penetration. And but yeah, that's not what I'm here to talk about. Another thing you want to do after you've got your guide up, and it'll tell you like what skill, in which order to get your skills, and in which order to buy things, and so on. You want to be as quickly as you can in the shop. So you need to know what you're going to buy, and you need to quickly, get in there and get out. You need to buy stuff and then get out as quickly as possible. So this is not so much important early game as it is later on in the game. For example, I'll show you why it works. When you buy an item quickly, you end up back in your lane quicker. When you end up back in your lane quicker, you get the experience quicker. When you get the experience quicker, you can outlevel your opponent quicker. When you outlevel your opponent quicker, then it just makes it increasingly difficult. The next tip I'd say is to kill minions, and this is probably the most important thing. You have to kill minions a lot of minions. This is probably more important than the actual champion kills themselves, is killing the minions. You get, I think it's like 23 gold per minion, so that was actually convenient timing. So say you kill 4 minions, that's however many gold, you're almost near 100 gold there. Yeah, so that's a good source of money. Buying potions. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. Buying potions is something that you should always do, unless you don't have the money at the start of the game. For example, I bought Doran's Ring for 475, which is the amount of money you start with, and therefore I didn't have enough money. However much you start with, I bought Doran's Ring for that whole amount, so I didn't have enough to buy potions. But that's an important thing that you want to have with you at all times as well. Harassing the enemy champions, that's probably the second most important thing, right next to minion kills. You can't expect to go into League of Legends, kill a couple minions, and then just blare down their champion. You have to harass, and by harass I mean you do a little bit of damage here, a little bit of damage there, maybe in between you're killing minions, and then you just blitz them when they're low enough. So once you think that they're in a health range, say 2 bars, that you can just go in and dominate them, early game 2 bars of course, then after a little bit of harassing you go in there and you just dominate them, and you send them packing back home. Alright, that's another important thing. It goes next to harassing. Champion kills themselves. Okay, now you need to think of this. Every time you kill a champion, they go back to their base and they have a whatever respawn timer it takes for them to get back, and in that time you are sitting there gaining all that experience whilst they're sitting there just rotting. So that's really handy. Also, if you don't get a kill, or if you get an assist, don't fret about assists. I know it's really frustrating when you get assists. I myself will rage over assists, but as I've played more and more, I've realised that it gets less and less important, because I mean, in reality you've just sent that person back, so especially at level 18, which is when most assists occur, it's not going to matter. It really doesn't. In this game particular, I laned for, I think it was 15 minutes. This is only like a 20-minute game, and I laned for like 15 minutes just by itself, just with the Doran's Ring, with no other items. So it's not all about the items, guys. It's all got to do with how you play as well. But mind you, in that time I sent Vladimir packing 4 times in a row, so it wasn't really going anywhere. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head what's next. So you got the minion kills. you know how to harass. Last hitting minions, that's the thing. Not only is minion killing important, but harassing the minions, not harassing the minions, waiting for your minions to almost kill their minions, right, and then you come in last second and you take the kill. Your minions don't mind. Your minions don't care about the assists too much. So you can just do that as much as you want. It's not really, yeah, that's useful. Let your minions wear down their minions and then go in for the kill. Yeah, when it comes to being mid, like I normally am, if you have 2 guys come in to go for the gank, if you don't think you can take them, a good idea is to stand back and stand at your turret, because they'd be pretty stupid to come at your turret, especially at lower levels. Xerath himself has got a bit of range behind him, so even if you're at your turret, you can attack him, say, mid lane, I think, with Locust of Power activated, and that makes it really simple. But, yeah, another thing, and I don't think I cover it in any footage in this video, because I didn't need to really help any of my teammates out, which I know it sounds selfish, but nobody needed help. They all had it under control, so it was pretty simple. Teamwork is very important. Coordination with your teammates is probably the #1 thing that'll win you a League of Legends game. And I mean, sure, you know, if you're good, you can go in there and just everyone will do their thing, and you know that'll go down well. But it works so much better if you guys work together as a team to get the job done. For example, MIAs. Oh my god, MIAs. This is the sole reason for my deaths in this game. MIAs. For those who don't know, MIA stands for missing in action, and if you call an MIA, say for example if Vladimir went off across river and I couldn't see him anymore, right? You call MIA, and they'd be going towards top, and you know that'll make top back off, so Vladimir doesn't come in for the kill. And as you can see, I get a pretty good kill here. Nope, maybe I do not. Vladimir turns into a pool of blood, like he always does. That's a really annoying ultimate. Taking down turrets. This is... bam, there we go. I love that, the fog of war kill. Anyway, sorry, toot my own horn for a second there. It's really not hard. The towers. That is the most important thing in the game. Taking down their towers and inevitably their nexus. That's the most important thing. So, I mean, let's see it like this way. You take away their minions, you take away their champions. Imagine it's just your champion, right, in this map. What would you do? You wouldn't just frolic around near Baron, would you? No, you'd have to take out the turrets. So you add the champions, you add the minions, your objective is to take out the turrets. The only difference is you've got some obstacles in the way, which being the other champions and the minions. So the ultimate goal, of course, of League of Legends, and I'm sorry to be Captain Obvious here, but is to take out their towers and inevitably their nexus. So you want to try as soon as possible to take down their towers, as soon as possible. Killing minions, like I constantly keep on doing in this video. I'm constantly using my abilities on the minions. Please, if you have a single hit ability that is like your main damage ability that drains mana, or whatever be the case, do not use it on minions. That's just frustrating. There is no point. It doesn't accomplish anything. You could just do it with auto attacks, last hitting. So don't be doing that. Using stuns and snares effectively. As you can see, that wasn't very effective because I just popped it as soon as I could. I should have harassed him a little bit more and then did the snare or the stun. You want to do it when they're at, say, 3 bars. Him right now, I think he's at 3 bars. I'm looking at a smaller screen right now. If I were to see, Vladimir's got a lifesteal ability, but if he was at, say, 2 bars, I'd come in with the stun and make sure that he couldn't run away, and then say I'd pop my ultimate and it'd just be goodbye Vladimir. Another important thing, and this goes back to teamwork and stuns, is using stuns with your teammates themselves. So if you see, say, Master Yi in that shrub there above me, right, what you want to do is you want to sort of bait him. You want to bait him. Baiting is another thing that I haven't covered, but you want to make him think that he's got ya and sort of just walk towards your ally. Don't make it so obvious. Like, if I was right here right now and I walked into the river, Vladimir would not go within like a 20-meter radius of that river. He would be out. So you just want to sort of make it, you know, just make it not so obvious. That was a good stun. That was an example of a good stun. He was at 3 bars and he wasn't going anywhere. Yeah, so bait, and then I would have popped the stun and Master Yi would have jumped him. Another important thing to know is the use of mana. Okay, like with I mainly play casters like Xerath and Anivia. Mana consumption is always a problem with these characters. They're very high burst damage, and with high burst comes high mana consumption. So what you want to do is you either want to get the summoner spell Clarity, and I'll touch on summoner spells in a minute, or you want to carry mana potions with you, because you don't want to be stuck, you know, say a gank comes along and you don't have any potions and you don't have any way of getting mana back, because that's just pretty much saying, hey, come get me, guys. So yeah, you want to have as much potions as possible, and you know, and ways of getting back mana. Xerath himself, it does quite a bit of damage, but he's skill shot based. So for all those saying Xerath is OP, just move out of the way of his skill shots. It's not a hard concept to grasp. Don't get in the way. Which brings me to characters like Israel, Caitlyn, Cogmore. They've all got skill shots. Okay, normally these characters leave some sort of mark on the ground or have some sort of action before they do their thing. Like, for example, Caitlyn, she'll line up her barrel and look down the sight before she pulls it and releases the Falcon thing. Israel himself will just release skill shots like crazy, so what you want to do is strafe left and right, so just keep on clicking right, left, and dodging. That way it makes it, you're a hard target for him to hit. Yeah, so dodging skill shots, that's important. Summoner spells. Summoner spells, as you can see, how far am I in? 11 minutes? Yeah. 11 minutes, whatever, and I've still only got the Doran's Ring, and I've sent this guy packing 3 times maybe now. Maybe it's only 1, I can't really remember, I can't really see right now. But yes, summoner spells, they're important. I use Flash as Xerath because it makes it easy to get away, especially from ganks, and Clarity as I run out of mana often. That was a very stupid move on Vlad. I made it seem like he's got me, and then I turned around and came in with the... Oh, he's still got away. Wow, I'm not playing too well this game, I'm not going to lie. But I think I do come in and inevitably finish him off in a second. What else do I touch on here? The... Yes, no, okay. I thought I got that then. I'm like, yes, no. Knowing when is the right time and when is the wrong time, and there's only one more point, so just bear with me here, to attack the enemy. If they're on full health and you're on half health and you just think, well, that's okay because I'm the shit right now, I can just take them out instantly, it's no problem. You're an idiot. It's not going to work, you're going to die, you're going to get sent back, they're going to get ahead of you, and you're not going to be able to touch them for the rest of the game, and that's not a fun time. So you want to make sure you know when's the right time. For example, with ranged characters, it is super simple to harass. If this was, say, someone like what's a good melee example? Say this was Jax versus Xerath. This would be a very different story. I wouldn't even come. I wouldn't get that close as I was just then. I wouldn't even get that close because that's just asking to die. Vladimir overextended then, but I wasn't, as you can see, that's a good example of what I'm trying to say. I know I couldn't take him, so I turned back and thought, alright, you know, I'm not retreating, I'm just advancing in a different direction for a minute here. And yeah, I later come back and kill him a couple more times before they inevitably surrender. The last thing I'm going to touch on, and this is probably the most important thing, and yes, I do know I've covered these sort of in different little topics, but situational awareness. This is one of the single most important things in League of Legends, and I'm sure lots of people would agree with me. You need to know what's going on. Constantly look at your minimap. Put down pings where your MIAs are. You need to constantly look at that map and know what is going on at all times. If you see up top, say they've got no enemies there. What I'd regularly do is I'd hold down tab and see if they're dead, and if they're not dead, then I'd sort of be a little bit careful until I saw them pop up. Same with down bottom there, and I'd just keep on trolling. No, I'd just keep on being careful, and you know, waiting until I see that I'm in the clear, and then I'll just go back to harassing, just constantly doing it. But it's not as simple as just watching to see when you're safe. You gotta know when your teammates are in trouble. So if I were to look over there and see that my teammates were in a little bit of you know, low health and the enemies were coming for them, I would most certainly, that was a smart move by me there, I would most certainly go in and help them with the gank. The thing with what I did there was I popped the stun and then I got in front of him. It's going to be very hard, and this is especially a good tip for Singed, very hard to run away if you yourself are in front of them. They can't run away from you if it looks more like they're chasing you, and it's just stupid. Yeah, it's a really important thing as well. I'm just going to try to keep on talking. It's only like a 20-25 minute video, so this is, I just want to show you guys how I play League of Legends as well, because this is my first time showing you guys League of Legends, and I would like to start doing League of Legends as well myself. I don't want to upload videos like the Stanley Parable again. I do like doing them, but 3 in the morning I've got no energy, people hate it, so I want to keep my audience entertained as well as having fun, and although I had fun with the Stanley Parable, I got a lot of hate for it, so I'll just, you know, sort of stray away from that, because ultimately the goal is to entertain you guys. But straying away from that, back to League of Legends. As you can see, Vladimir, and this is also very important, I didn't check my thing there, and I didn't see Fiddlesticks coming to gank. Thank God for teamwork, because otherwise that would have been the end of me right there. Talon came in to help me out there, which was a massive help. What's going on there? Okay, am I still recording? Yes. That was very strange. Something just popped up and decided to be weird, but that's cool. Yes. Thank God for teammates, otherwise I would have died a very horrible death. Don't rage quit in this game. I recently got banned until December 21st, 1969, and yes, I did not stutter. December 21st, 1969. I do not understand. I went to their site and I had a look, and they're like, okay, this is what you gotta do. You gotta subtract this by this, and then divide this to the square root of this, and then you octuple it, and then you cube it, and that's how you end up getting this. I'm like, oh, okay, so I figured it out almost instantaneously. Not really, I'm worse at math than a retarded donkey. But yes, whatever it was I said, do or don't do it. When it comes to being, this is extremely important late game as well, especially when you're playing with someone like Xerath. You get a little bit overzealous, so you think, I think that's the right word there, is you start to think that you're invincible once you start getting all these kills, and you don't look out, you don't really look out as much, and you think that you can just take everyone on. This isn't the case, so your late game should be the same as your early game. You should still be taking care, you should still be, you know, there I go to help my teammate because I wasn't sure if he would be able to catch him. Then I saw Zinzia go in the other direction and thought, okay, well, I'm not going to be able to do anything. Skarner, as you can see, was not a threat, not even in the slightest. So there's a tip for you right there. Don't play Skarner. No, he may need a little bit of a buff though. This isn't a high rank game. This is just a PvP draft pick. So, sorry, PvP blind pick. So it's nothing really MLG about it. I myself am only level 21 now. 21, yeah. I've been playing for a little while. And, yeah, we're almost at the point of them surrendering. As you can see, I constantly use my Locust of Power and then my Overload to harass these minions, as I'm always taking them down. Xin Zhao, Jax, Master Yi, they're all really good at taking down turrets. And look at this. Whatever level I am, versus I think I'm level 11 and they're level, what, 7? I think? 7 and 6 maybe? That's really not a good plan. And Fiddlesticks, don't. That was just a silly idea from the get-go. See, they get all 4 of their teammates, but I don't give up. And that could be me getting a little bit overzealous, but I end up taking one of them out. I end up taking Teemo out as well, maybe? No? Okay, no, I don't end up getting Teemo. because I only finished this game up with 3 kills. But that's cool, because we won. That's all that matters. We won in a quick time. As you can see, it's only a 20-minute video. Some games drag out to 1 hour and 20 minutes if you're really unlucky. But yeah, I just thought I'd make a video showing you guys me playing League of Legends and talking to you a little bit of how I play, and maybe these will help you yourself play a little bit better. I'm not saying I'm better than you guys. You guys, in all honesty, could probably kick my ass at League of Legends. I'm not gonna lie. But, and here's their inevitable surrender. Bang. So, anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like or a comment. It'd be helping me out a load. Leave a comment if you finish watching the entire video. That would be amazing. And I will see you guys next whatever video it is I decide to do. So, thank you guys for listening, and I will catch you all later.